What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of the film Held. This film, of course, is directed by Travis Cluff and Chris Lofing. Now, before we begin, if you like this channel, awesome, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button, as well as commenting below on any video that you watch, including this one. So the idea of a movie about people being held hostage by an unknown assailant it's nothing new. It's been done a million times before. So when you see a movie that's being released that has the same type of idea, same type of story element, you kind of go in with a little bit of skepticism and you kind of go in with a little bit of intrigue, but you want to know if this movie's going to be any good or not. So I watched the trailer for this movie and I found it kind of intriguing, I guess you could say. You know, it's from the directors of The Gallows, and it was a movie that, you know, I know is not going to get a lot of publicity, it's not going to get a lot of buzz, but once it releases on VOD, which I believe is where it's releasing, I think it will gain some kind of traction. But basically it's about the story of this woman who is basically on the rocks with her husband. She's going to go away for a long weekend and she's going to bring her husband along. They rent this house, you know, this really nice house and whatnot, and you know something bad's going to happen because it's just that type of movie. It's a horror film, it's a, you know, a revenge film or whatever you want to call it. In the middle of their kind of, you know, being together alone at night, she's starting to suspect some weird things are happening around this house just by the fact of how she's coming to the house, stuff like that. And that's exactly what happens. Her and her husband are taken hostage by this unknown assailant who's installed microchips in their skulls and basically controls them and tells them what to do and how to do it. And in the process, if they don't participate and they don't go along with it, they will be electrocuted by the chip in their head and stuff like that. And so with that said, to move this synopsis out of the way, this is a movie that is going to feel very samey and very tropey to a lot of people. And the simple fact of it's a movie about a home invasion, about two people who are taken hostage, they're being forced to do stuff against their will. And it's a movie that if I were to kind of review on a nature basis, it would be a movie that I would just be like, this is very typical of anything I've ever seen before. So it overall just isn't very effective. It really isn't. It's a movie that really tries to be entertaining, tries to do something unique. But when you look at something like Get Out, you look at something like Ready or Not, you look at something like or you look at any of these types of films where they take the material that is being presented, which is similar to what this movie is trying to do, and basically force you into a banal sense of just kind of boringness. It just makes the movie not work in its whole nutshell, I guess you could say. And you know, it's funny when you start watching the movie and the person that is holding them hostage is talking to them through their, you know, the little microchip or whatever, and then you go back to a scene in Real Genius.
Kent!
What?
I'm talking to you, Kent.
What is this?
I said I'm talking to you.
Where the students, basically Kent is the main kind of antagonist, a little bit of an antagonist in the movie, and they put the microchip in his like teeth or whatever, like a radio wave chip or whatever, and they're talking to him like they're God, like they're talking to him like he's God or something like that. And when you kind of reminisce back to that when you're watching this movie, you really haven't done a very effective job. And it's not saying that it's not fun and entertaining to watch sometimes, but when I've seen this movie done a billion times before and done a little more effective than this movie has, it makes it feel not very exciting, not very interesting, not very motivating in my sense of wanting to kind of watch it over and over and over again. And like I said, I won't remember this movie in like a week or whatever because it's just not very entertaining. I don't think the acting is very good in this movie. I don't think the direction is very good in this movie. I think the lighting in the house and, you know, the way things are shot and, you know, just everything about it just feels like so low rent, so poorly done, so just kind of meh, I guess you could say. And I don't know, if you like The Gallows, you might be really into this movie. But like I said, you know, I'm sitting here watching it, and like when the kind of twists and turns start happening and things start revealing itself, you're like, I kind of saw that a million miles away. I kind of expected that. I'm like, oh, I knew that was gonna happen. And I'm trying not to say anything to spoil it because I know there's people who probably want to watch this movie, but when you present a movie like this and when you're doing this genre, you gotta do better. You gotta do more entertaining, and that's just not here. It really isn't. There's much better films out there that have done much better jobs than this film, and it's the unfortunate nature of trying to do something that is within a genre but be different and it's ultimately not being that good. So it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I think if you pay like $10 on iTunes or saw it on Netflix or Amazon, I think you'll perfectly have a perfectly good time with it. But if you're going in expecting something different and something unique, I don't think this is the film for you. Go watch like Ready or Not or Get Out, and I think you'll have a much better time, I guess you could say. So, but with that said, that's going to be my take on Held. Like I said, it could be much, much better, but it could be much, much worse. Just, so. But yeah, go ahead and comment below if you decide to see this movie. Thank you so much to Magnet for allowing me to see this movie early. But let me know in the comments below what you thought of the movie. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? All the good stuff. But otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit that subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you liked the video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, see you guys on the next video. Peace out.